Guys, it's me, Christian from Casually Christian for your Hump Day midweek update. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing great because I am officially on vacation. So you know what that means. Let me do this real quick, guys. This is more for me. This is There you go. That signifies my vacation right there. Ah, that tastes pretty good. Yeah, I had to take out the logo. If the green bottle. But yeah, it feels good, man. I was just like at work today, and I got in trouble because my boss sent me an email and I kind of spaced it because I had a lot of work yesterday. He's like, "I told you to do this and blah blah blah." It's like, ah, damn it. That's the last thing I want to want to get is get in trouble the day before my vacation. But you know what? I stuck it out. I took the punches with like a trooper, and I said I'll figure it out next. I'll do better next time. And before I knew it, it was 3 o'clock, 3:17. And then I clocked out. I said goodbye to my mom because I work remote. And yeah, I'm gonna be gone for 4 days. I'm going to Palm Springs tomorrow, going to this resort. Which if you guys I've never been to Palm Springs before, so I don't know what to expect. I just expect like a very dry climate because on Saturday, I think Saturday and Friday, it's going to be like 100 degrees over there, which is it's perfect because like we have a pool, and I'm gonna do some laps around the pool because my back is still fucked up. Um, yeah, like I screwed up my back about almost a week ago, and hey Ariana, what's up, buddy? And my back is a little better. I still feel like twinges here. I haven't worked out since I screwed up my back, so it's kind of like I just been sitting around, just getting fat. But like I'm planning to swim over there, get that exercise, and I was also looking to getting a massage over there in Palm Springs, and we're close to a casino, and I was looking about getting like a spa thing at the casino, and for 60 minutes it's $180. I'm like, I looked at John. I'm like, hey, do you think we could afford $180 for 60 minutes for a massage? And he looked at me and was like, no, we can't afford it. And I totally agree. I did not argue. I did not say anything. He's like, all right, let's look for something cheaper. So I did my Yelp searches and I found this spot, $30 for 60 minutes. That's fine. It's totally around our price range, So I can't wait for when we finally get our a back massage over there because it's kind of crazy. Oh, John also screwed up his back like last this past weekend too. Like we both got up in the morning and it was kind of comical because he woke up the same way I did. It's like, oh my god, my back. It's like he was like really complaining about it. And I told him, like, well, what'd you do? I'm like, cause he screwed up his back too because he worked out, and he didn't stretch. So it was kind of humorous because like we're the same day, we were both like old men, like just sitting in the couch just making noises every time we got up from the couch. She's like, oh my god, where's the Tylenol? Oh, thanks, Ariana. This is my vacation shirt. I'm on vacation mode, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting away for a little bit and yeah, not worrying about work. So I'm not going to talk about work anymore. Well, except for this one thing. Today at work, we had like this. The executives had this meeting. It was like the quarterly meeting, and they were just like talking and talking about the quarterly profits. And in my head, I'm just like seeing in my head, I'm like on top of spaghetti, uncovered with cheese. I lost my permipa because somebody sneezed. Like I didn't care. I didn't care at all. I'm like, dude, it took like an hour. It was an hour meeting just talking about profits and this other thing. They were showing a bunch of graphs. I'm like, this doesn't pertain to me. I'm like the bottom of the totem pole. Like they don't even know who I am. So yeah, it was an okay day at work. And yeah, let's so enough of the work update. Let's go on to the news updates. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Apple they're discontinuing the iPad, what's it called, I'm all jumbled up with my words. The iPod. They're discontinuing the iPod model. They're not making them anymore after 20 years. This iconic, machine, this iPod. They're no longer making it because everybody has an iPhone now. Nobody uses these devices. And I remember when this came out. This came out what, like in high school, and it was such a big thing. It came out like what was it like? Maybe in the year 2000, 2001, you see like, oh, Apple came out with this new revolutionary thing, like all your music in this one device. It could have like 1,500 music tracks, and it was a big thing. There's it like the iPod was selling for like $800. Remember, like the fancy ones, and it was like the thing to have if you were rich. And now nobody buys them anymore because everybody has an iPhone. So it's it's okay. It's just the signs of the times. It's like VHS. Nobody uses VHS anymore, so they stopped making cassette tapes and VCRs. Those are discontinued, and now they're just live in the in the hallways of memory. And yeah, I don't know if did you guys have an iPod? I mean, do you guys have an iPod when it came out? Do you guys still have an iPod? Because I had like the generic iPod, like the Microsoft one. I don't know what it was called, but I had that one, and it played like little music videos, and it was okay, very pixelated. Yeah, it wasn't top notch stuff. It was top notch stuff at the time, but now it's kind of like it's archaic looking at it. See, I just find my iPod Touch. It had my cool music. It was so nostalgic finding it. Yeah, it's just all about the nostalgia right now. Yeah, speaking about nostalgia, my mom's been cleaning the house, and she's been finding a lot of photos, and my brother Diego, he found some photos of John and me when we were first going out, and he found these photos that we took on a disposable camera when we went to Disneyland for his 25th birthday, and that was the first time I met his friends Lourdes and Rachel, and we've been friends ever since. I remember I knew I would get along with Lourdes when she said when I met her at this restaurant over there in Disneyland, where she said in the Peter Griffin voice, like, "Do you like cake? Do you like eating cake off my ass?" And I knew from that like remark that quote, like we would gel with each other, like our vibes were the same. uh, but yeah, like it was trippy because I was like younger and John looked like we were both really fucking young. And I still had my hair and it still looked really good. And it kind of sucks, like you don't realize how good you look until like 10 years later. It's like, damn, I was one fine looking guy. And then I also found some other photos of me and my dad when we went to Mexico, so I have those photos in my workspace at home at my mom's house. And yeah, I was just feeling like a lot of different ways, just lately, because finding those photos, and also everybody, like people, the kids now are graduating. Like the kids are graduating, the year 2020, 2022, and it's it's gonna be 20 years since I graduated, so it's kind of like just having like all these sorts of memories. And just thinking of how it was before. And now my best friend's having a kid. He's going to be a father, and I live in this nice apartment with my two boyfriends. It's just trippy how what happened in 20 years. um but anyways, moving on, let's go to the next update. This is a local update. I don't know if you guys heard this, but there's a teacher in Los Alisos and here in Norwalk that won this award. It's called. Let me read you a little snippet of the article. So I heard this today on the news. It's called "Los Angeles Teacher Wins National Milken Educator Award." So a Norwalk High School student on Tuesday received the national recognized Milken Educator Award with a cash award of 25,000 for her work in science, technology, engineering, and math education, with Oprah Winfrey lauding her for being among the most amazing teachers in the country. Los Alisos STEM was it Magnet Middle School. Angelica Gerson is the only teacher in California and among other 60 national wide to receive the award during the 2021-22 season. She is the first winner from the Norwalk La Mirada Unified School District. So that's a little piece of update right here, local update. So it's a big deal. Our little city was mentioned today in the news, and it's not every day where like a positive news comes from Norwalk, because there's always some shit going down in the city. You know what I mean? Um, and if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's just a lot of what's it called. It's a lot of Violence. Just people, just tweakers walking around, carjackings. I think a week ago, somebody, they robbed the McDonald's, and then they went across the street to rob the liquor store. And I think that happened like around 2 weeks ago. And so this it was a positive. It's a positive news story. But here's another local news. I don't have an article for you, but I heard that over here in Norwalk, there's this restaurant called TNT Tacos, and it's next to the True Value. And it's right across the street from the McDonald's restaurant that got robbed. But they're planning to demolish those two businesses and make a drive-through car wash. So today they're having a meeting to discuss whether or not they should move forward, with the plans of demolishing those two buildings to make a car wash. Which I think it's a really ridiculous idea because the True Value has been there forever. I would say maybe 40 years before I was born. I think that store was still there. And TNT Tacos, like I've been there before. It's really good. It's they're not sponsoring us. I'm just saying, like in general, it's a really good restaurant. They have really good enchiladas, and for them, they're fighting for the right to stay there. And I hate it when people get kicked out of their homes or their businesses because, like, big corporations, they're buying out they're buying out the property, and they feel like just because they have tons of money to spend, they could do whatever the fuck they want. And I'm with the side of the TNT Tacos for them to stay there and not have that god awful car wash, because I don't think we need that in Norwalk, another car wash for let alone another Starbucks. But here's another thing that oh, Ozma comment is like Christina Cadell got my first one. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Got the first iPod. That's pretty cool. But here's another local thing that I heard just right now is that here in Norwalk, there used to be a Walmart, but they closed it down. I think maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's just a vacant lot. It's vacant. But I heard a rumor that they want to turn that facility into a Amazon fulfillment center, and a lot of people are against it. And I'm against it too because it is going to create like a lot of traffic, a lot of noise pollution. And just imagine all these people going out on lunch. It's just going to congest. It's going to create a lot more problems than what it's supposed to solve, which is like finding jobs. I could understand, like, the whole they're trying to create jobs here in the city of Norwalk, but at the same time, I think they're not really thinking about it, the consequences of having like a major corporation such as Amazon to like do like an industry type of thing over here in this residential area. So I think they should find a place somewhere like in Santa Fe Springs, like, or I don't know if you guys are familiar with the area of La Mirada. La Mirada has like warehouses over there too. I think it's just bad location, and I think somebody in Norwalk is probably just getting a kickback off of it. It's like they're just getting. I'm just speculating, but they're probably just getting a little cash on the side for getting like Amazon right here. So I hope that doesn't go forward. I hope what I think they should do with that property. I think they should make like the new Norwalk indoor swap meet there, and I think that will create a lot of new businesses there. People could have their different little shops there, and give the opportunity for entrepreneurs to create their businesses instead of having a mega corporation there that already has billions of dollars at their disposal. So that's my 2 cents on what they should do on the lot. What do you guys think they should do with that lot? Just please let me know. Let's see what else is going on in over here in my neck of the woods. Is that I've been watching Barry. That's pretty good. And also, like, I watched the first episode of Better Call Saul for season 6, and it's kind of funny because they give you one free episode, and the rest you have to purchase AMC Plus to watch the rest of the season, which I think I'm probably gonna end up doing because it's just too goddamn good. Um, I love that show, and that guy Bob Ozenkirk, whatever. He's like, for a comedian who would never had like a former training as an actor, like he does a pretty good job like nailing that character. Like, remember these monologues, and his like he's doing a goddamn good job at portraying like Jimmy Miguel slash AKA Saul Goodman. And in this just not to spoil it, but in this first episode of season 6, they do they open up on the scene where like the feds are taking down all of his stuff in his mansion, and they're taking the ties, the fancy suits, like everything, like, and they're throwing away like his cutout where he does this, in the trash can, and it's just like it's really sad, because he's like a you really root for the guy, and you know what ends up happening, and it sucks. I wish it didn't end up. I wish he wasn't on the lam, and I want to know how his story wraps up. So I'm really invested into it. But I don't know if you guys are watching that show, and if you guys aren't watching that show, you guys should definitely watch that show. Let's see. Another thing that's been going on here is that have you guys been watching? Have you guys watched Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness? I heard a lot of good things about it, mainly that Sam Raimi is back to form. Which, if you guys don't know who Sam Raimi is, he's the director of the new Doctor Strange, and he's the original director of the Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. And he did a lot of movies like during the 80s and 90s. He did the Army of Darkness, um, Cabin in the Wood. Is it no, Cabin in the Woods? He also did Darkman, which is it's a great like cult movie, and I heard like talks that they're going to revise that Darkman series again, and I cannot wait. And he's just like a really like his style, like you could tell it's like if you know directors and if you watch somebody's film and you don't know who it's directed by, he totally has like a style where you just say, "This is directed by Sam Raimi," and that's like I heard a lot of good things about it, and I want to check it out. But what I do like about Sam Raimi is that just like the way he began his directing career. He met his friend Bruce Campbell like in high school, and him they were making movies when they were in high school. And after he graduated, he wrote a script with his brother, and you know what he did? Like he got a copies of the script, and he got like a briefcase, and he put it in his briefcase and started shopping the story around. And he went to different dentist's office, doctor's office, and he was selling the movie right there. He's getting the funds from these businesses, and he made his first movie just by knocking on doors and asking for money, and he totally did it. And that's pretty admirable, and I really that's another reason why I like Sam Raimi. And I cannot say enough about him. But he also directed A Simple Plan, which was nominated for an Academy Award back in 1999, and that's a really good movie. It's like very Alfred Hitchcock type of film. And have you guys watched the new Doctor Strange movie? Is it good? My friend Tommy said it was really good. He said like it was like kind of like the Army of Darkness from time to time, But I am looking forward to watch that movie either probably tomorrow, or even when I go to Palm Springs. I'm down to watch a movie over there too. Let's see what other things have been going on over here. Well, I mean, I'm just kind of like stressing out a little bit. It was They see it. Yeah, it was campy as fuck. Yeah, and that's totally like Sam Raimi's calling card too, like the camp of it, the horror camp. And yeah, uh, that's his trademark as well too, the camp of it. Let's see what else. What else? Oh yeah, like I was saying, like I'm getting a little stressed out going to my trip because I'm gonna leave my doggies with my mom for 4 days, and I'm just kind of like worried they're gonna get out of the backyard, and we got them like new tags with our numbers and their names just in case something bad happens and they run away, because like that helped out like before years ago, like we were living like in my old house, like 5 years ago. My dog Nina and Buck got out, and they were all the way in Carmelita, all the way like in Santa Fe Springs. And I was doing I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I got a phone call, and it's like, hey, are you the owner of Nina, which everybody always calls her Nina? It's like, or Buck. It's like, yeah. I was like, why? It's like, oh, I found your dogs. They were over here in the court, like on Imperial and Carmelita. I was like, what the fuck? And I ended up meeting at the Starbucks over here at the Norwalk Town Square, and we did like a switch. And I was really pissed. I felt like somebody like deliberately got my dogs and they dumped them off like far away, because there was no way like my dogs walk that far. There's like no fucking way. Because I think the dogs would have been more like in the residential area instead of like somewhere like industrial over there. And because they had their dog collars, I was able to get my dogs back. And yeah, lesson learned. Like that's a lesson for you guys. If you guys have animals, please get them their tags because it's going to come in handy. Because I see a lot of people losing their animals because they didn't have their tags on them. You know, yeah. And I don't know. I have my suspicions of who it was, but it definitely was somebody who did it because there's no fucking way my dogs made it all the way to close in Santa Fe Springs on their own. There's no fucking way. But that is I guess that is it. I'm still like I'm still getting together to I'm still trying to coordinate our next show. It's gonna happen soon, but I'm trying to get the date and the people together. It's just kind of right now everyone's doing their own thing. It's just coordinating the time to get people together to do my episode. So when I do have the concrete day, I'll let you guys know the topic of the show and what day it's going to be on, and the time. And another thing, if you guys are watching me on Facebook and YouTube, please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. And also, if you guys can, we're also on Spotify. If you guys could follow us on Spotify and share, like, subscribe, all that. We're trying to reach 50 subscribers. We're almost there. We're like this close. We just need a little bit more. But yeah, please follow us on Spotify, and also check us out like in all our other platforms as well. So until next time, guys, have a good week. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, and I'll let you guys know how my vacation went. Hopefully, I'm gonna go gamble at the casino, so hopefully I could say, I won $1 million. I'm not going to work anymore. But yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for commenting. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for our update. Have a good night, guys. Bye.